Hey, g'day folks. Well, it was the part 2 of the putting new fuel lines in. New main line and a return line from my Weber carby. Okay, I've had to do a whole lot of preparation. As you can see, the bull bar's off, which sort of needed to come off anyway because I'd broken it, so now's the time to fix it. But yeah, I had to access this panel on the front here, and fortunately I've left enough room. I've also pulled out the gear shaft because I'm going to put a new bush in there, which I've ordered, and hopefully that'll be here within a few days. And the main reason I need this off is I've got to feed the pipe through from this end, because I've got a, if I can see this with enough light, right, so I've cut a hole in here with a hole saw, and put my favourite red oxide primer around it. That's after I deburred it. I'll show you what I use in a minute. Use a drill bit. But yeah, the reason I need to feed it through from the front is I need to put a bit of a bend in the pipe, just enough so that I can pull it through the hole. See if I just feed it through from the back, I can't feed it through all that distance with a bend in the pipe. So that's why I've taken this front panel off. I'll show you this is the hole saw I used, and last time I used this actually I broke the pilot drill, and I've used a normal drill, but what's this? I bent it in the process. Seems they're only hardened at the front. They're not hardened down further, so it's bent just down in here somewhere. So anyway, I'll have to cut the end off that drill now. I'll be able to use it, and possibly because it's too long too. I mean, a pilot drill is usually only sticks out ½ inch, so I'm gonna have to go and buy a new pilot drill. Might buy 2 of them actually, so that if I break one in the process, I've got another one ready to go. This is what I used to deburr it. So you got to get the burrs. This leaves a big burr on the inside of the hole. If you don't get that off, and then your rubber grommet's not going to fit in there. So that's what I used to get inside the hole and deburr it. Show you the hole I'll put in the back, where I'm running it through. I think I already explained this in the last video, but I'll show you anyway. So that's where I'm going to run it through. So of course your main fuel line is going to come up around here, and I can find a nut. That's a seatbelt bolt. It's actually 11mm, so it's pretty unlikely that I've got a nut that'll fit that. But, be nice to just, because I want something to hold the fuel line. I don't particularly want to drill through into the... Well, that's under the seat. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. No, it's fine. I'll just drill through it. Put a bloody self-taper or rivet or something in there. But so I'm going to run the main fuel line out to the left, and the return line out to the right. And that'll come up here. And it comes straight up over the top. Up here, up over the top of the fan to the carby. Turn this off now. And, if you watched the previous video, I got one small line and one bit bigger. That's sort of that's overkill for a Volkswagen fuel line. That's probably the same size as I'm running on the V8. But anyway, it's good there. Who knows? I might want to put a V8 in it one day. So you never know. But this is the other one. I've had to join it I should cut some pieces of this, inch-long pieces of this pipe, or another one, this other one, the up here, that's the same size, and yeah, made out of sleeve. So I've got about 1/2 inch of each pipe running in and meeting in the centre of the outer collar. Yeah, and I'd run out of gas, so yeah, found my old school soldering iron, so I was able to just get the fire going, just stick it in the fire, and that'll stay hot enough to melt solder for a good 15 minutes or more. So yeah, it's plenty adequate. You can see that, yeah, I was going to pressure test it and everything, and then I thought, yeah, I'll just cover it with epoxy. And I should actually have made a video on how to use this stuff. And like, I'm pretty confident, yeah, that it's all sealed up. But however, you know, when I've soldered house water pipes and everything, I've been confident, and every now and then you'll get one that'll leak and you'll have to redo it. But yeah, I thought, well, if I test it, you know, when am I going to try and redo it with the iron and fiddle fart around? But nah, I'll just cover it, just seal the whole thing with epoxy ribbon or epoxy putty. That's good stuff, though. This is a permanent solution. I had on my fair lane, I had like a small plastic hose outlet, about the same size as this actually, coming out of one of the tanks, plastic tank radio, and I snapped it off. I bumped it with a battery and snapped it off, and I sleeved it with a little bit of copper pipe. I think it's copper or stainless, but anyway, I sleeved it with a bit of pipe, glued it back on with this epoxy ribbon, which was only going to be temporary. The plan was to fix it enough so I could drive it till I could afford to go and get the radiator fixed. But that was 5 years ago. Never leaked, never cracked, not a problem. It's fixed, permanent. So yeah, this is the stuff here. Need it. Used to just be, used to be able to get ribbon stuff, which was 2 parts, 1 part on each side of the ribbon. But yeah, this is the same thing. I'll have to make a video actually on using that. But yeah, you cut a bit off with the scissors, and then you twist it up until you got a spiral with the 2 different colours, and then squash them together and whatever. And yeah, when you go to put it on the job, what you'll find is it'll stick to your fingers better than it'll stick to the job. So yeah, get a bit of wet damp cloth. This is actually a baby wipe. But yeah, keep moistening your fingers, and that'll allow you to press it down into the job without it sticking to your fingers. And yeah, you got to be pretty quick. You only get, depend on the temperature, 2 to 5 minutes to get the job done. And like in this case, I mixed up enough for both jobs, split it in half, sat one on the bench, and by the time I was finished the first half, the other half had already set. So even though the bit I was doing was still pliable because I was still fiddling with it, but because the other bit wasn't being manoeuvred or anything, it was just sitting, it went hard. So yeah, I had to then mix up another lot. Yeah, as I said, I should have made a video, because I polished all this with the wire wheel first, and then I cleaned it with acetone. Anything that you're going to put any sort of epoxy or resin based anything, which includes car putty, that's another resin based product, or fiberglass, clean it first with acetone. So anyway, so the next part of the process now is I gotta straighten this. We've got a few kinks here and there, so I've got to straighten it all out. And then I'm going to start feeding it into this pipe. This is I mentioned this in the last video. This is pipe lagging. This is like insulation for your hot water pipes in your house. So, yeah, not real cheap. They're about $5 a piece, so it's, yeah, $15 worth there. 3 pieces. They're about a metre long, I suppose. But yeah, they're gonna be difficult to get on because that's only a 1/2 inch, so I want it to be a tight fit. The purpose of this is so that when I feed it through the tunnel, it's not going to rattle. Not going to wobble around, make a noise, wear holes in the pipe. See, rattle is not just annoying. Yeah, you got your copper pipe, constantly rubbing like this, vibrating. It'll eventually wear a hole in it. So, yeah. There's a dual purpose in covering it with this foam rubber stuff. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to grease it a bit, or spray it all with WD or something. Spray WD down in there just to be able to squeeze it on. So, yeah, alright, so that's where we're up to. I think I've just about covered everything. And I still haven't got any grommets. Yeah. Whenever you're drilling a hole with a hole saw like this, is 32mm bit, but like even with a straight pilot bit, it'll still move. You still end up with the hole. It's like 35. So if you want to cut a 32mm hole, get a 30mm, because it's always going to end up bigger than what you're doing. But anyway, yeah, I went into Rare Spares, get a pair of grommets, and they got a whole big range of them. And yeah, the size I wanted, the bucket was empty. They'd run out of that one. And that's the way it goes. So I've got to wait till they restock now to get some grommets, which isn't going to matter too much. As I said, I'm going to be another few days at least. 3 or 4 days waiting for this bush for the steering shaft. This is the shaft here. I won't pick it up because it's all greasy. I don't want to get grease on my hands, but yeah, that's what I had stuck in there temporarily. A bit of plastic. I just stuck that in there so it wasn't wobbling up and down. I was because the other one had fallen out and the gears were sloppy, and this bar was rattling up and down. It's going like this all the time. And I was hoping that was the whole of why I couldn't get reversed, but so I sliced a bit of plastic pipe and jammed it in there, hoping that'd fix the problem temporarily. But yeah, that wasn't the issue. So yeah. So anyway, that whole job's in a previous video. I still haven't got the diff back in there yet, only because I was going to do that tonight. It's raining again now. Just going to have to go out in the rain. I need a bit of wood. I got to bowl a bit of wood onto the gearbox now so that I can torque up that round nut. So I got to put 150 pound pressure in it, and there's just no way you can hold the gearbox still and put 150 pound on it. So yeah, that's the best way I've found to do things like that. It's the same with the your flywheel nut on the engine. Same thing, bolt the engine to a big long piece of wood, like a 10-foot long piece of wood, and torque down towards the ground, and that'll stop the engine from tipping over while you're trying to do it. So, anyway, keep it short. So, anyway, one more thing. Yeah, this is the piece, the cut out of the front bit of the tunnel. That back at the end is just a regular car panel, but the tunnel itself, it's like, it's at least 2mm, could be 3mm thick. That's plenty thick, that panel. So that's the whole strength. That's your whole chassis in a Volkswagen, basically. That tunnel's what stops it bending. So just keep that in mind if you're ever thinking about cutting it for any reason. Hopefully, I don't think that cutting a hole in it has weakened it any. So yeah, that will be good. Alright, so keep it short and catch you on the next one. Bye.